Well, we finished up late last night and now we are headed back out this morning on this nice warm Saturday morning in November. Now let's go see if we can finish that field up and head on to the next one.
Another nice pile of hand-picked corn.
So this field that we're on is the farthest field from home that we farm, and so unloading the trucks at home, we wouldn't be able to keep up with the combine. And so instead of taking it home, we're gonna take it to town, and they've got a 1,200 bushel unload pit that we can just dump a whole truck into and make it back. And we should actually, honestly, be able to keep up with just one truck, which will be great. We'll get this field knocked out, we'll head over to the next field and start taking it back home and keep on going. Right now I'm gonna run home and check the air filters on our blower system. That's a system that blows the grain from the dryer up into the big bin, because the filters on that are plugging up, and when they plug up they pull more amps, and we've got a camera on that, and that's how we can tell that it's plugging up. It's just a big plugging mess. So I cleaned these filters once in a previous video, but I didn't really do a very good job of filming it or explaining what they were. But hopefully I can give you guys a better idea of how this all works and how the grain moves through the system. So first, before we pull those filters off, we're gonna pull a sample to make sure our dryer is running at the right speed, and make sure that our moisture of the corn coming out is right where we want it. We've got our sheet here, all our dryer information, the temperatures it's been running, and all the moisture coming out of the dryer. While we're waiting for that to check, come over here, and then we need to turn off the metering. As soon as it's run out of corn, these amps will go down. Those are the amps that the blower motor is pulling. It's an electric motor. They were at 38, but you want it around 27 when it's clean. Now that's dropped back down, that means there's no corn in there, so we can shut off the auger. The blower system is cleared out. We can turn off the airlock, and then we can also turn off the blower. 16.5, that is perfect. Put down our information. Alrighty, so we'll shut this off, dump that corn out, and we'll go clean the blower off. This blower system, it's a sealed line, and it blows the corn up into the top of the big bin. The corn gets metered out of the dryer. There's an auger that runs along the bottom of the dryer, gets metered into this airlock, and the airlock drops it into the blower tube and up and into the big bin. Sorry if I flipped you off. Right under here are the filters. You can see they're pretty plugged. We're gonna pull those off, and after we take off this shroud, then we're gonna go blow them off across the road at the shop. Yep, they're very packed full. We'll go blow those off. They just stack on there. You for later. Go blow these off. Pretty cool driving with no gloves on. We will go into the once cleaned shop, pull out our compressed air line. We will get an air chuck. This air chuck goes into the airline. I will blow these off and you can see what they look like after they're blown off. And these are just sleeves. They're like a perforated sleeve that collects all this, all these bees wings, and keep the pleats of the filters clean. So this is what they're supposed to look like. This is what they look like when they get packed full of bees wings. Don't ask me why they're called bees wings. That's just what they're called. Well, we will slip these sleeves back on. go back and put them back on. Last night, condensation from the dryer was getting on the bees' wings and they got stuck on those filters, and since it was so cold it all froze to those filters and I wasn't able to blow it off very well. So now that those filters are back on, we'll go over here, make sure these are on auto, blower's on, that's on. So this system won't turn on until this auger is switched on. So that's the next thing we gotta turn on. And so you'll hear it click on. There it goes. It lights up. Give it a couple seconds and then we can start metering it back out. Turn the metering back on. And then these amps should start pulling more amps because it's pushing grain up that tube into the big bin. Give it a couple seconds, make sure nothing's going wrong. So it's pulling right around 26 amps, so that's good. All clean. Here's our camera where we can check on these things just to make sure things are running smoothly and nothing is happening that we don't want to happen. Alrighty, now that that's taken care of, we're gonna head back to the field and get back in the grain cart and keep on going. So I had a friend from school ask me the other night, from school that I used to go to, he asked me, you know, how do you stand all the long hours, and I don't know, it's kind of interesting because you never really think about it, but you are working a lot, especially during harvest, but it's seasonal. I mean, it's really seasonal. Obviously you're still working hard when you're not harvesting, and you're still trying to work hard over the summer and in the spring for sure when you're planting. I guess winter is kind of your downtime. But he asked me, like, how do you manage that? Because really, I mean, there's some weeks where you're working over 80 hours a week when you're trying to get stuff out of the field. And so to him it was really crazy, and I was thinking about it, and for me it's kind of almost normal at this point. I mean, I grew up on the farm. It's not really different. I mean, obviously this is my second year of marriage now, and for my wife it's been an adjustment because she didn't grow up on a farm or anything like that, and it's been hard for her because when it's time to harvest, you know, there isn't much time for anything else. I still try to be a good husband and spend time with her as much as I can when we're down or not harvesting. But it's one of those things where a lot of people go to their job and they work and then they wait for the weekend and then they do their hobby, what they like to do. Some people like to garden, some people like to race cars, some people like to shoot guns, etc. And in a way, farming is kind of like a hobby because I enjoy it. There are days where you don't enjoy it as much, you know. I mean, if you force yourself to do anything for a long period of time, you're not going to like it some days. But it's really one of those things where it's a job I enjoy. It's something I want to do, and that's why I'm here. I mean, I could have went to school and tried to pursue a different career, but I really just wanted to be on the farm, be around my brother and my dad, and just keep the farm going. And I really appreciate the opportunity to do that. I don't take it for granted. There's been a lot of sacrifice by my family to allow me to be on the farm. It's just one of those things I appreciate a lot, even though the hours may seem long from an outside perspective, and it just might not seem worth it, because some years you make a profit, some years you don't. It's just the way farming goes. And realistically, it might not be all that appealing to someone who doesn't love it, but it's nice loving it myself and being around others that love it, like my brother and my dad and my grandpa. I mean, my grandpa, he's 80 some years old, and I should know how old he is, but he's 80 some years old, and he's out here running a ripper, running long hours, and just working hard. You know, it's not something that he's retired. He doesn't need to be out here. You know, it's not like he has some obligation. He just loves it. He loves to help, loves to be around, wants us to succeed, and that's just the way farming works. You know, it is a family business in some sense. Sometimes people say don't go into business with your family, but in this case, it is a family business. We all work together. We have a common goal in mind. We want to get the work done, but we also want to enjoy each other's company. You know, our families hang out when we're not working. We just enjoy it. It's a good experience. It's a good lifestyle, and it's just something I don't want to change. Whoa. On a far less serious note, I'm back in the field, and Dad has taken my spot in the grain cart, so I will take his spot in the semi. I don't know if you can see it, but Brian is smiling over there. Must be listening to something funny. It's always good to see Brian smile. He doesn't smile very much, but then again, neither do I. Dad's back. It got a little too muddy. We got one truck stuck and pulled it out. Not a big deal. It didn't miss much. We're right next to a gravel road, so we decided just to unload on the gravel road again, because that's just been working for us. And then we don't have to mess with getting trucks stuck. All done with this field. Now we're going on to the next one. So we finished that field, and now we're making a quick pit stop for fuel back at the farm, and then we're gonna head on to the next field and keep on going. When you're pulling these out of a wet, muddy field, every once in a while it'll throw mud back into the tank. And so sometimes I like to crawl in there and pull the mud out, because it's kind of fun. And it's just good not to have mud in your grain. Few chunks here and there. It's been worse, but pretty good. Some more extreme athleticism. Oh, shit. Before we take off to the field, I'm gonna take this gun and take that cover off. See, there's a little oil on there, but we're gonna check that chain, make sure the oil's still in there. This is the chain that would keep on breaking. It was a little oily, so I didn't want to mess with filming it while my hands were dirty, but we're good there. It's got oil in it, so we should be good to go. Alrighty, Brian's heading over. I'm gonna start this up and head out. Made it to the field. Dad's gonna take me back and we're gonna bring those trucks. Looks like someone's having too good of a time on the gravel roads.
A touchdown out of this drive. At the same time,
Time to unload. He's from the hood. So my brother Brett just came and he is trading me off. So I'm gonna run, my dad's gonna run the other one, and Brett's gonna run the grain cart, because he has a coworker Kevin from Monterrey, Mexico, that he wanted to show around in the grain cart and let him experience what it's like to do a little farming. I'm fine with getting traded off. This is comfy. And I get to keep an eye on the grain flow. It's perfect. Well, I switched Brett and Kevin off about an hour ago, and we're wrapping this field up just now. But it was definitely a lot of fun getting to show Kevin what it's like harvesting. He rode with Brett in the grain cart, with Brian in the combine, and rode with me in the truck. And we all got to show him a little part of what it's like. It was fun getting to see his excitement and enthusiasm. It was the first time he's ever ridden in a tractor, first time he's ever ridden in a combine, and he thought it was really cool. It's always exciting to have someone new around. It's exciting when other people are excited about it. He is from Monterrey, Mexico, and he works at John Deere down there, and so he was sent up here, the John Deere plant that my brother works at, and to work on a project. And so he's only here for a little bit of time, and so it was awesome that he got to come and see what this whole process is like as we're finishing up this fall. He said he may be up here again for other projects, and hopefully he'll be able to stop around in spring and get to see what it's like in the spring when we're putting the crop in. It was a great time. Glad to meet him, and it was definitely fun showing him around the farm. And there's another field wrapping up. We'll pick it back up in the morning. Well, since we're wrapping up for the night, I think I'll end the video here. We're just gonna get everything home, get it all fueled up, and get it ready for another day of harvest tomorrow so we can get some more acres knocked out. If you like the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. But like I always say, do whatever you want. Thanks.